All right, so we're going to go ahead and do another example of factoring using Xbox. So first thing we want to do is we want to make sure we put our quadratic term, that's the 4x squared, and the negative 10 in the box. Now what we're going to do is we're going to split up that middle term, that 3x, so that we can fill out this area model. So to do that, we're going to do the magic x. So we're going to multiply 4 times negative 10, and we get negative 40 on the top. And then the bottom is going to be that middle term, a positive 3. So it's really important that you make sure you write the correct signs. And now we're going to write down all of our factors of 40 on the sides. So we want what multiplies to 40, but adds or subtracts to 3. Since this is a negative 40, we know it's going to subtract 3. So we're going to do 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 4 and 10, and the last one is 5 and 8. All right, so from this list, we know that since it's a negative 40, we're going to be subtracting to 3. So the only one that we can pick would be the 5 and the 8. And we know since it's a negative 40, one of them must be negative. The 5 must be a negative 5 because 8 minus 5 is a positive 3. Where if this was a negative 3, then it would have been on the 8 because 5 minus 8 is a negative 3. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fill that in. And literally, it doesn't matter which side you do. I usually do the smaller ones here and the larger numbers on the bottom. And so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill out the sides. So I look here, okay, we have 4 and 5. There are no numbers that have in common. So there's not a factor between 4 and 5, but they do have an x. So I know this is going to be an x. And then here, 4 and 8. They have two numbers that are in common. 2 is a factor and 4 is a factor. But remember, we need to do x times what would give us 4x squared. So you know it has to be the 4x because if you did 2, x times 2 would not give you 4x. All right, and then once you get these two, it should be a piece of cake. We know this one has to be a 2 because 4x times 2 is 8x. And we know here this has to be a negative 5 because x times negative 5 is a negative 5x. And you can check that very, very last box. Negative 5 times positive 2 is negative 10. So we know we filled this out correctly because when we multiply it, it becomes the middle. And so we're going to have x plus 2 as one of our factors, and 4x minus 5 is the other factor. Alrighty, hopefully that helps you out, and complete the rest of these practice. Thank you for watching.